back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have my fall 2018 reading stats and my top 5 standouts. I've noticed that a lot of people have been doing this lately, so I thought I would give it a shot. If you hear a little bit of moaning and groaning, Sydney, not me. So yeah, let's just get started. So in the months of September, October, and November, I read 37 books. I read 14 in September, which is insane because that's when Sydney was born. Okay, we're gonna hold you so that way you don't whine. All right, so I read 14 books in September, which, like I said, is insane because she was born in September, so I have no idea how I did it. I read 11 in October and 12 in November. I did one reread because I read the Harry Potter Illustrated Edition, so I'm counting that as a reread. I read 7 YA and 30 adult books. I read 8 mystery thrillers, 1 romantic suspense, 1 historical fiction, 1 nonfiction, 1 fantasy because of Harry Potter, 4 contemporary, and 11 romances. So clearly we see where my head was at with those months. I read 3 5-stars, which is kind of sad because 1 was Harry Potter, so that kind of feels like a sheet. That doesn't really count. 19 4-stars, 11 3-stars, 3 2-stars, 0 1-stars, and 1 that I did not rate. I did not rate Sparks of Light, A Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult because I just didn't feel comfortable rating it. I feel like it's a very polarizing book where opinions are interesting. I had 1 DNF that I can remember off the top of my head. I unhauled 6 of those 37. I read 3 ebooks. 1, technically you could say I read 4 ebooks, but 1 I actually already owned. I was just reading it as an ebook. And then 34 that I physically own. So again, that could go vice versa. It could be like 4 and 33 or vice versa because of the fact that I owned 1 that I read as an ebook. And I read 22 2019 releases. Insane. I was so shocked because I feel like normally I do a lot of backlist reading, so I was amazed by the fact that over 50% of the books that I read were 2019 releases. And on to the 5 books that I feel like stood out to me the past 3 months. I just talked about this in my wrap-up for November, but that is The One You Can't Forget by Ronnie Lauren. This is book 2 in the Ones That Got Away series. I really liked this series. I gave this one 5 stars. This series is a great romance. Again, I feel like I've been talking about this nonstop. I just read it for the Buzzwordathon, and so that's in that wrap-up. It's in my November wrap-up where I gush about it. It's in my vlog where I gush about it, so I feel like I don't want to gush about it too much more here, but definitely if you like romance, definitely check this book out. Another book that I just feel like I just talked about in my November wrap-up, that is Dear Wife by Kimberly Bell. I gave this book 4.5 stars. This was a lot of fun to read. It takes place with 3 different perspectives. A wife who is on the run from a domestic abuse kind of situation that we think is domestic abuse. We don't really know why she's running. A husband who comes home and his wife is missing, and then the police officer who is trying to find that man's wife. Very easy to read, short chapters, you can fly through them. The ending I did not see coming whatsoever. So again, this one really stood out to me. Even though I didn't give it 5 stars, I really liked it and cannot wait to read more by her. You want to look at the camera instead? Then I'm going to insert a picture for this one, but it's The First Mistake by Sandy Jones. Unfortunately, Minnie got to my book and completely destroyed the dust jacket and this, so unfortunately this is the one that I have on my shelf. This was a thriller novel that I really, really enjoyed as well. I definitely want to repurchase it. That book also came out in 2019, so it's a 2019 release. Again, with thrillers, I don't like to talk too much about them because I don't want people to know what they are. I went into that one completely blind, and I really recommend you do the same. It was a lot of fun, really fast-paced, and you're going to get through it really, really quickly. I am so excited to put this on this list, and that is On the Rocks by Candy Steiner, which I'm super excited about because of the fact that Manhattan Book 3 is coming out in December. So this is Book 1. Book 2 was Neat, and so like I said, Book 3 is Manhattan. This is going to be a 4-book series, and I'm so excited. Like I said, that next book is coming out again also in 2019, so all 3 came out in 2018. This follows a bunch of brothers in Tennessee, and it deals with a whiskey distillery, and this romance reminded me so much of The Notebook. Neat reminded me of Romeo and Juliet, so like they are so much fun. This one's about a guy, he's working at the whiskey distillery, and one day this girl walks in. She's young, and all of a sudden she's saying that she needs to buy a barrel of whiskey for her fiance, and their little romance, really enjoyable, really quick paced as well. I read this like the week before I gave birth to this one. Yeah, really, really good. Definitely check this one out. And then the other standout for me this season, was American Royals by Katharine McGee. I love Katharine McGee. She wrote the Thousandth Floor trilogy, and I was so excited when I was able to get my hands on this one. This takes place as if George Washington was our king and not our president. So this is now set way in the future, current time, and we are following the 3 children who are living in the White House right now and their romances and their drama, and this is definitely a character-driven story, so if you are more of a plot-driven story person, you're not going to really like this, but this is definitely character-driven and lots of drama and romance, and this is definitely a YA. I know that people are kind of toying around with, is this new adult or not? This keeps it pretty PG. It refers to sex, but it's not explained in detail in any way, shape, or form. So I definitely still consider this a YA novel. Book 2 comes out next year, and I cannot wait. So yeah, that is how my fall went. If you like the idea of these videos, please let me know. I kind of almost want to backtrack and do the other seasons and do my winter reading and spring reading and summer reading for 2019. Let me know if you would like to see something like that. If not, I will just start from now and keep going through next year. But if you liked the idea of this video, please let me know. Give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys really soon. Say goodbye.